being told that dumbass. Like every fucking other night, or every night.
Yeah, she's got a potty mouth. This is YouTube. Yeah, that annoying loud one is just, oh my gosh, ear piercing on the halls.
Oh my god, you got ear piercing in the hall. That alarm in the bedroom? Oh my god.
Yeah, you should be in here for that one night.
I was. That's when it was loud.
You were in the bedroom?
Yeah, you were resting that one time until fucking alarm went off.
Well, your memory's a lot better than mine.
Oh no shit, I'm a lot younger than you too.
Oh, ha ha, ha ha. Let me guess, the little person and the woman thing kind of plays the card too. What game are we playing here?
Pick up William Day. Did you not get the fucking remote?
No.
Well, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you're the jester.
Yeah. All right. Just wait till you need something. I'll fix you.
Oh, shut up. You both know. You're gonna cower down and fucking do what I want you to do. See? You can't even deny it because you know I'm right.
Yeah, but you hate that.
Oh, fuck no. I love it. Because it means I got you in the corner. Right where I want you.
Put me in the corner, huh?
Yeah. Because like the saying goes, nobody puts baby in a corner. But nobody said not putting you in a corner wasn't an option.
Got one word for you, young lady. Box. Inside joke. Box was the command I used to use for the dogs, to put them in a crate, and they would do it. Box.
Or better yet, pussy whipped.
I don't think so.
Oh, I know so.
Oh, it's only because it pays so well.
Not. You know that if you don't go and do what I ask you to do, I'm gonna bitch, complain, and moan about it. You fucking good.
Exactly.
And to get me to shut up, you're gonna do it.
It works more often than not. The playful banter. Oh, we're supposed to be getting ready for a net. How quickly things get out of hand. You need to stand by for the net.
That last transmission was as clear as it was, but yeah, we're able to understand.
Ooh, should we play another game of Wizards of Oz on the MRA? Who can say the words and the most? Where's my blue pen? There it is. Do. Take off my headphones now. I don't have to be so loud because now I can hear myself talking. Get the logbook ready. Metro. Richmond. ARES. Net. Got it right. Except for the frequency, it's already wrong. What are we doing over there? I've lost track. All right, where we is? We is right here, ready for the net. My name is William, K4ARX. Welcome to American Radio X-Ray for another exciting night on the Metro Repeater Association and the Metro Richmond ARES net. I have no idea who net control is tonight. We're about to find out. No idea what tonight's topic is on the net. We're going to find out. We're also going to find out who says the word or too much, keeping score, and tracking check-ins and such. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to do? Probably going to listen to the railroad and others at the same time. And being 7 o'clock, I don't expect a whole lot of radio traffic anywhere else. But you just never know. That's why I run all these things at once. That's part of the fun.
Good evening. This is W4PKR.
Oh.
Whiskey 4 Papa Kilo Romeo for the Metro Richmond ARES net for Thursday, September 5th, 2024. I am your net control for this evening. My name is Jim Juliet India Mike. If at any time during this net you should need to relay emergency traffic, please use the word break. The net will yield for your traffic and assist in any way you can. Metro Richmond ARES, the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, is a part of the Amateur Radio Relay League, ARRL, and the Virginia Section ARES program. This net meets weekly on Thursday at 1900 hours, also known as 7 p.m. on this, the KT4 MRA repeater at 145.430 megahertz with a negative offset and a TL tone of 74.4 hertz.
I'll bet it does.
This is a direct net, which means that all communications go through the net control station.
That's
The
Jim.
purpose of this net is for training and announcements for the amateur radio community with an emphasis on emergency communication. We ask that all participating stations follow standard net procedures that would be used during an active emergency net.
What?
There is no requirement to be an ARES member. All amateurs who are within range of this repeater, regardless of location or affiliation with the proper license class, are invited and encouraged to participate in this net.
I wonder what's happened to Newport News with the railroad.
Again, this is W4PKR net control. I'll start with some general housekeeping thingies before we get started with check-ins.
Thingies?
One feature of this net is the discussion of the day. The discussion of the day is intended to be a way to learn more about amateur radio, emergency preparedness, and general safety, so we hope everyone will participate. The topic this week, let me see if I can think of one. Okay, I got one. Do you participate in any other forms of radio besides ham radio? GMRS, FRS, MURS, which is not as well known, CD, or anything like that. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I just got home, so I'm putting everything together here. Okay, so let me know about that. And I'll be taking check-ins in two groups, mobile and portable stations, and then all other stations. For checking in, initially I only need your call sign phonetically with proper IQ alphabet and your first name. Please give me your call sign slowly, because I'm a slow kind of guy. To help prevent doubling, please say, "This is," then release your mic button. Wait a second to make sure you aren't doubling with someone else at the same time, and then resume with your call sign, your first name, and indicate if you have traffic for the net. And by traffic. For anyone that's new, that means announcements of any kind or any nature.
What?
I will get your location and a received signal report when I call back for comment. So let me know how you copy this station when you're giving your comments.
With my
If
ears?
you do have specific traffic for the net, in an announcement about an upcoming ham radio event or news about ARES, Skywarn, or other MCOM-related subject, or even a tailgate or a ham fest or something, please state traffic. I will get to your traffic right away if you have traffic. Let's drop.
It's up to 5 uhs already.
After the mobiles and portables take their turn. Oh, I'm reading this one. Okay, anyway, if you are an ARES, Skywarn, or MCOM, if you're unable to ring the bell visually, radio, I'll get on the PA. Okay, let's get started with check-in, please. Slowly, give me phonetically, and we'll start with mobiles and portables. Please call now.
This is Kilo Delta 6, Foxtrot, Mike, Ron, Romeo, Oscar, November, no traffic. This is
Who is this is?
Kilo Quebec 4, Lima, Yankee, Lima, name's Jeff, and I will be in and out.
Come on. Participate.
Jeff, I'm sorry. Can you give me your call sign a little more slowly, please?
Dog walking must wear him out.
This is Kilo Quebec 4, Lima, Yankee, Lima. Again, I'll be in and out. Should be around when you get back to me, but I will be in and out.
That any more mobiles or portables? Please call now.
November 1, Echo November Charlie. DJ.
Tango Juliet or Papa Juliet? I guess we'll never know.
Okay, at hold so far, mobiles and portables. I have KD6 FFM Ron, no traffic. KQ4 LYL Jeff, in and out. And N1 ENC, I believe I have that right. And is it Tito, is that correct?
Tito? Yo, Tito!
DJ, Tango Juliet.
Yo quisiera Tito.
So that's DJ. Okay, since you're mobile and portable, I'm just gonna, and there's so few of you, I'll go right to you guys before I go to home stations, because you may be out walking your dog or driving or something. So KD6 FFM Ron, do you, first of all, how do you copy net control? And second of all, do you participate in any other type of radio activity?
KD6 FFM, I am in Western Henrico County. I do have your launcher. I do not participate in any other radio confidential.
Okay, thanks for checking in. Next we go to Mr. In and Out, KQ4LYL. Jeff, if you're still here, just say hello, and do you participate in any other types of radio activity?
This is KQ4LYL. Good evening, everyone on the net. Thank you for having me. My participation in other ham radio activities thus far, I participated in some Hamfest activities as a, not necessarily a third-party operator, but I'm a technician class, so I'm limited to what I can do. So I've used other call signs before. And I like to volunteer at events that use amateur radio operators to assist with communications. I weekend, and that was my first and pretty fun experience. That's all I have for the net. This will be KQ4LYL back to net control. I'll be clear. 7-3.
Okay, thanks for that, Jeff. And I do have traffic as far as events are concerned, which is that the Richmond Marathon is coming up November the 16th, November 1-6. I will need operators, so if you're interested, send me an email at W4PKR, that's Whiskey 4 Papa Kilo Romeo, at ARRL.net, and we'll be in touch with you. Next we have N1ENC TJ. Do you use any other type of radio equipment besides ham equipment, CB or GMRS or anything like that? And how do you copy it?
I've already lost track of all the uhs and ums, so I'm going to cease that game for tonight.
This is November 1, Echo November Charlie. Copy you loud and clear. I'm out on Route 301 and Hanover passing PBR and Alley Road. I very rarely participate in any other radio services. I do have a CB radio that I have on my desk that I keep turned on. It's just on a mag mount antenna just to listen out because the interstate is in close proximity to my house. But other than that, I'll just kind of scan around. If I see like a flag and crew on the road, I'll switch my radio over to FRS or GMRS to see if that's what they're using, just out of curiosity. But otherwise, I really don't use any other services. That's all I've got. And yeah, I'll be clear. N1ENC.
You'll be what?
All righty, TJ, thanks for that. And certainly CB Channel 19 can be very
Busy?
entertaining, shall we say.
Ah.
Okay, let's go to general check-ins. General check-ins.
I'm a general.
Please call W4PKR Net Control. Please give your call
One
sign
switch.
slowly. And your first name, and then I'll get your location.
Two switch.
And signal report and all that once we start going through everyone. So please call now.
This is
You punk.
Kilo Quebec 4 Romeo Alpha Mike Will.
Let's throw that off. Net control, this is William Kilo 4 Alpha Romeo X-Ray. I hope I won that double
This is
with Randy.
Rob, I got you. You were stepping on Randy, though. KO4KAD.
Aww.
I did get you a call sign. Actually, Randy, I got your voice. You have a distinctive voice, so I knew it was you. Okay, I got KQ4RAM, Will, KO4KAD, Randy, KB2OII, Rob. This is W4PKR Net Control for the Metro Richmond ARES Net. Any other stations that would like to check in, please call now.
This is
It would be Scott.
Kilo Oscar 4 Uniform Oscar Romeo Scott.
It's only because- Oh my gosh.
Kilo Quebec 4 Mike Echo Foxtrot Mark.
Stupid pile-ups.
Who the hell is swallowing that mic? Jeez Louise.
Everybody.
Hold. Before I got you, Mark, there was somebody else starting to check in, so you mistakenly stepped on whoever it was. So please call now, whoever that was.
It'd be Don. I recognize his voice. Go ahead, Don.
Was that Don? Don, please check in now. This is W4PKR. Q4EXX, were you attempting to check into the ARES net?
told you.
4, Echo X-ray, X-ray, Don.
Okay, Roger, I got you. Anyone else wants to check into the
I do.
Richmond
Can
Metro
I check
area?
in?
Please call now.
Thanks, Gavin. Thanks a lot.
This is Kilo Quebec 4, Lima Sierra Bravo, Mike.
No audio again, Gavin. Net control, this is.
AA4, JKL, Kilo Alpha 4, Juliet, Kilo Lima, Gavin.
I may not get in. Net control, this is. Can I have a turn? William, Kilo 4, Alpha Romeo X-ray. Gosh.
Hold.
You hold.
Okay, I've got KQ4RAM, Will,
Trying to check in.
KO4, KAD, Randy, KB2, OYI, Rob, KO4, UOR, Scott, KQ4, MEF, Mark, K4EXX, Don, KQ4LSD, Mike, KA4JKL, Gavin, and K4ARX, William.
Thank you.
Anyone else who'd like to check into the Richmond Metro ARES net? This is W4PKR net control. Please call now.
Not trying to start any trouble, but they may have to start assigning us spots every week. Kilo 5, Kilo India, Papa.
Hold. Hello, India Papa Station. You're coming in with a lot of noise. Can you please repeat? Perhaps increase your power.
No.
I'm not really getting all of your call signs. Can anyone else, did anyone else copy him?
I copied Kilo 5, Kilo India, Papa. That may be incomplete. It may be correct.
It's correct, but apparently I can't make it all the way, so I'm sorry.
Okay, I have Kilo 5, Kilo India Papa. What's your first name, please?
Helio is not.
Kilo India Papa, just like a call, the name call, and I'm in Crozet, Virginia. All right.
Kip is the name. Kip.
Roger that, Crozio. Thanks for checking in, and hang out. We'll try to get your comments, but you are coming in with a good bit of noise. Okay, anyone else would like to check in? Then we'll go to comments for the net. This is W4 PKR, Whiskey 4, Papa, Kilo Romeo, net control for the Richmond Metro ARES net.
Found somebody else that doesn't do single sideband.
Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to repeat what the topic of the evening is, which is do you or have you participated in other types of radio communications such as GMRS, General Mobile Radio Service, CB, or anything else that is not ham radio. Also, I have traffic for the group tonight, which is once again November the 16th is the Richmond Marathon, and I need operators. Some of you checking in have participated before, but if you haven't, and even if you don't have experience, that's okay. Give me a shout at W4PKR Whiskey 4 Papa Kilo Romeo at ARES.net, and I will get back in touch with you. Okay, with that, let's go to KQ4 RAM Will. good evening. Thanks for joining us. Where are you located? And have you participated in other types of radio services?
No experience necessary. We'll teach you how to do it our way.
Hello, James. This is KQ4RAM, Will, in Eastern Hanover County. You're coming in clear, and good to hear you and everyone else on the net this evening. With regard to the question of the day, I am a licensed GMRS operator, but honestly, I don't use it too much. I got the license because I had some family members who expressed some interest, and that would maybe be a first step for them into ham radio. A good first step, I believe, if we want to communicate on our own. With regard to other radio activity, I do like to monitor airband. I monitor Washington Center, which usually picks up commercial traffic overhead here in Richmond. They're about 30,000 feet up. Hear a lot of that traffic on a fairly consistent basis. And I know this is still ham radio, but I do like to listen to the International Space Station where it makes a pretty close pass. Those are my comments for this evening. I will say 73 for now. This is KQ4RAM, and I'm clear.
Okay, Will, thanks for checking in. And I think maybe GMRS is a good way to get started. Just get familiar with handling radio communications gear and things like that. It used to be, of course, CD was the way in prior to GMRS. And also, kudos on the scanning monitoring. I've been doing that since the early 70s. And there's nothing that I won't listen to. If it's out there and it can be listened to, I will attempt at least once or twice to listen to it. So with that, although I've never actually listened to a live space station, that must be really exciting one day. Okay, with that, let's go to my buddy KO4 KAD Randy. How do you copy me and all of that jazz, and what other kinds of radio communications have you been involved in?
There was only some kind of way to watch videos where they communicate that way through that ISS.
W4PKR, KO4KAD. Good evening, Jim, and everyone on the net. Yes, I am a licensed GMRS operator as well. Honestly, never used it too much until lately. There's a repeater out here near Pearman Broad that I can get into consistently with just an HT, and a little bit of traffic on it, but I've been pleasantly surprised to find out that there are quite a few repeaters west of us, Charlottesville area and so forth. So next time I travel that way, I will certainly have a GMRS radio with me. And yeah, I think it's a great radio service. CD, that's where I got my start back in the day. Still have a couple, but I was never really into CB like I am ham radio. It was more for hunting on the weekends, just to know where everybody was. Just kind of listening out for road traffic. Wasn't really a hobby per se, like ham radio has become, but it's still a good service and a valuable service. So, with that, I'll say 73 and turn it back over to Nick Control. This has been KO4 KAD.
Roger that, Randy, and thanks as always for checking in and doing everything you do for Richmond Metro ARES. I bought a Midland handheld CB. It's the model 75822. When I moved down here, and I knew I was going to be doing a lot of traveling in the car, and so I keep that in the car, and I deploy it only on road trips, and strictly all I do is listen. And there's not isn't that many people as used to be, of course, on even on Channel 19, but it does provide for entertainment. It's never provided me with a real warning about traffic ahead because I'm always in the traffic when I hear the truckers talking about the traffic. So that didn't pan out as well as I thought. Okay, let's go to KB2OYI, my friend Rob. Rob, where are you located and all that good stuff? Any traffic for the net and what other kinds of radio have you done?
Outside CB antenna. Important.
This is KV2OYI, Rob in Verina, and I read you loud and clear, Jim. Jim, good to hear you as always, as well as everyone on the net. Yeah, we screwed around with CB radios when we were kids. It was a good resource to learn all of your cuss words back when you were, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old or whatnot. I still have one. I don't plug it in all that often, but who knows, maybe this weekend I will, because you brought it up. I think several months ago I got my GMRS license as a good backup and alternative communication device. Also like the idea of being able to use it with the household, the family, in case we need some sort of, again, alternate communications for whatever it is we may be needing it for. But, yeah, it's a good topic. Thanks to that. You're doing a fine job. And with that, we'll turn it back to you and say 7-3, and I hope to run into you on some of the bands throughout the weekend. KB2OYI, back to net control.
All righty, Rob. Thanks for that. And yes, the language on CB can be quite colorful. And like I said, I only put it on the car when I'm hitting the road for parts north or south or whatever. And it's just a form of entertainment. I've never spoken on it all the time I've had it. But anyway, thanks for checking in. Good to hear your voice. Let's go to Scott, my neighbor in West Virginia, KO4UOR. UOR. And any other types of radio in your life, and how do you copy it?
Good evening, Jim, and everyone on the net. I am on an HT connected to a roll-up J-pole, but I'm in the shack and running
FT8.
FT8. I've probably made about 20 contacts while we've been checking in, so that's always fun. But Jim, I'm reading you loud and clear. A little bit of noise on your signal, just a little bit of white noise, but you sound very good. And I do have 2 pairs of FRS radios. I've always enjoyed, walkie-talkies and so on, but was very disappointed with the range you get with those. It might be fun if your neighbors, and they're probably great for kids, much better than the, 49 megahertz walkie-talkies that used to be sold. I haven't used FRS in probably more than 10 years, but never was into CB. I sometimes use the FM radio in my vehicle. Hi. Anyway, let me take a break, and then I do have traffic. And the traffic is that tomorrow is the first Friday of the month, so there will be an RVA Simplex net at 7 p.m. on 146490. So tomorrow is the 7 p.m. version of the RVA Simplex net. First Friday, 7 p.m., 146490. I hope you can join us. 73, everyone.
Scott just stole somebody's thunder.
Okay, Scott, good to hear your voice. Actually, I'm getting everyone with a lot of noise for some reason. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of cobwebs on my antenna out on the balcony there, so who knows? Maybe that's having an effect. But everyone's copyable. And I do remember the 49 megahertz, realistic Radio Shack walkie-talkies.
One right there.
I had a pair of those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun doing that stuff. FRS, I got a set of 4 FRS radios, 4 handhelds for my younger brother who has 2 daughters who are 4 and 6. And they live up in the suburbs of New York, and they have a lot of fun with it. So it's always good for that kind of thing. Okay, thanks for checking in as always. Good to hear your voice. Let's go to KQ4 NEF. Mark, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Everyone on the net. I'm reading you loud and clear. There's a little bit of static in the background, but certainly readable. Radio-wise, I travel a bit with the camper, so I do have a CD in the truck, and it's turned on when we're coming up to stopped traffic or something like that. Let's see if I can find out what's going on. Then it gets turned off. I do GMRS, have a license to do that. Pretty interesting. Like Randy said, it's cool to see the additional repeaters coming up in the area. And I enjoy listening to the scanners. Airport, air traffic, fire department calls, things like that. It's pretty interesting. But, yeah, other than that, I will turn it back over to you, Jim. This is KQ4 in the
Okay, thanks for checking in, Mark. I have used Copyable, but again, for some reason, there's a lot of drifting and noise.
Drifting?
And that's, I think, at my location, what's going on. Next, let's go to K4EXX. Don, how are you this evening? Have you ever done any kinds of other kinds of radio besides ham radio? And how do you copy me?
Good evening, Jim, and everybody on the net. I have a good copy on you, and an excellent copy on, I wanted to cross the river from me. I think you blew out one of my speakers. Well, I've got that one, so don't worry about it. I used to be into CD back in the early 50s, but most of the radio that I used before I got a ham license was when I was a volunteer with the city of Richmond. We had radios. We had one we carried, we'll call it affordable, and then we had a mobile in a car and a computer system called the CAD, computer-assisted dispatch. And I didn't have to have a federal license to use those radios, but I had to get to a class called, what was it called, CCN. I had to get, the police had to certify me as GMCCN certified, whatever that means. Anyway, the class was just about, if you use this equipment to find out any information on your wife's boyfriend, you could go to jail, and don't do it. And we kind of got that real quick, to be careful when we use that thing. It was a kind of a privilege that you could get in trouble with. And I do have a GMRS license, but I hardly ever use them. I've got a couple of Alpine GRS radios, but they're only good for about a mile. I haven't ever been able to get anybody else to talk to me on one, so I just put them away and forgot about them. Anyway, that about does it for me. Hope everybody has a good evening and the rest of the week. Thank you, please, everyone, and I'm going to take back to the net.
Thank you for checking in, Don. Good to hear your voice, and all the best to you and yours. Let's go next to KQ4 LSB. That's a great call sign suffix for a ham radio operator, LSB. Mike, how are you this evening?
on, Jim. Have you ever used lower sideband on anything?
KQ4 LSB, are you on the air? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to Gavin, KA4JKL. Good evening.
54 PKR and KA4JKL. Good evening to everyone else on the net. I'm located in Richmond County, and I read you loud and clear. And other radios that I've messed around with is MURS, FRS, and TV radio, which is what I started out on. And kind of got into it as a kid. My grandfather, who's no longer with us, introduced me to TV when I was like 8 years old. I got to talk to some gentleman out in Alberta, Canada, and I was at my grandfather's house in Pennsylvania, and Western PA up in the mountains. I just thought it was really cool that I could have a full conversation with somebody that was hundreds and hundreds of miles away on a radio versus a telephone. Back in those days, long distance phone conversations were quite expensive. So my grandfather got into TV radio as a way to keep in touch with his friends for free. So it was really cool experience as a kid. Kind of just stuck along the years. But I hope everyone's doing well. And thanks for running the net, Jim. You're doing a great job as always. We'll stay 7-3, turn back to you. 34 PKR, K4 KKR.
Okay, Gavin, thanks for checking in. Good to hear your voice. And 7-3. Let's go to K4ARX, William, down in Chacobana. I know, William, that you are and have been involved in other types of radio activity.
I'm not allowed to talk about it? Net control, this is William, Kilo 4, Alpha Romeo X-ray. Copy you loud and clear into the repeater. Maybe just a little hash. Can hear most everybody in there. Even Kip, wherever he is. I didn't copy what his location was, but I could pull him out okay. Yeah, there's been quite a few other services that I use. I can use CB, FRS, GMRS, and MURS, and I have used other business license services over the past decades. So I've had quite a few different experiences with many different kinds of radios outside the realm of amateur radio. And of course, I use the scanners. I can hear just about anything. Let it drop. I said one, okay. I have had one conversation many seasons ago. There was a tornado or so down in Virginia Beach. Maybe some of you remember that. And they gathered a group of people right here in downtown, ambulances, fire trucks, and other extra vehicles and volunteers and supplies and such. And there happened to be one young person on MURS. I believe it was what used to be Green Dot Channel 154.600. And I could hear him, clear as day. I think he was just trying to talk to himself and back and forth between the group. But I had a little conversation with him. I think he called himself Captain Firefighter or something like that. But we were able to talk that way. Let's see, a couple of days ago, I talked to one of two guys that were down at the water treatment plant south of the river. They were cleaning out tanks or something like that. Not a fun job, but right before the storms came through, I think it was the next day, I talked to him a couple times, a couple nights. But he could stand out there outside the building with a little FRS, GMRS bubble pack, and I could hear him clear. I heard him the night before, and he was talking to his buddy, can you hear me? And I just replied, just for giggles, I can hear you. And he told his buddy, well, we'll just go up one channel. And I followed him up, literally up one channel. And there they were. I said, I can hear you again. Are you going to follow me all night? I said, no, just carry on. Just as long as I have all the channels. So, we kind of, carried on. The storms came through the next night. I said, look, if you need anything, let me know. There's storms coming in. Do you have a place to shelter? And they verified that. Yes, there's, buildings down there they could access in case they had to. Had to climb out of the tank first, but sure. And they were okay. The storms came through. And that was right before the holiday weekend started this past weekend, and I lost track of it. Maybe they were done. They went back to Pennsylvania. But I've had several different conversations on many different services, direct and through repeaters, even on GMRS. It's quite easy down here. So back to you, Net Control, K4 ARES.
Okay, William, that must have spooked him, but it sounds like fun.
It is.
Okay,
Loads of
last
fun.
but not least, before I ask for extra check-in, we have K5KIP, and you said you were in Crozet, I think it is. And I was not copying you that well, but let's give it a try. Check in, please go ahead.
I forgot to mention, I have been on broadcast radio in the studios before.
Okay, Kip, I got some of that you're out near Charlottesville. I heard, I think you said GMRS, but I'm having trouble really copying you. So, and I think I'm having problems on my end receiving anyway. So, thanks for checking in, and please join us again next week. And maybe one of the other net control operators has a better setup than I do. So with that, I'll say 7-3. Thanks for checking in. This is W4PKR Net Control for the Richmond Metro ARES Net. And do we have any other stations that would like to check in at this time? Please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and your first name. And then I'll come back to you for comments. Please call now.
Says Ski 4 Zulu Alpha Kilo, John.
I forgot. I've also been on television, local television. Does that count?
This is Kilo
On camera.
Quebec 4, Lima, Sierra Bravo, Mike. Recheck.
In that hold, please. John, is that you, K4 Zulu Alpha Kilo?
No, it's Whiskey 4 Zulu Alpha Kilo.
Okay, I got you, John. And the station that called after him, please go ahead again with your call sign, but please do it more slowly this time.
I've also been in private video productions off air. I don't suppose that counts.
Kilo, Quebec 4, lower sideband. Recheck. Mike.
Been in many a marching band contest, football game halftime shows. Some of it might be on
Roger, Mike,
camera.
gotcha. Yeah, I called for you before, but you must have been otherwise occupied. Okay, I got you on the list here. Anyone else who would like to join the net, please call now. Please, when I say slowly, folks, I mean slowly, like Whiskey 4, Papa Kilo Romeo, that kind of slowly. Because I'm a slow guy. Thanks. This is Whiskey 4, Papa Kilo Romeo, net control for the Richmond Metro area net.
Also marching at least 4 Christmas parades. Probably been on television, maybe. Probably on
Okay, nothing heard.
broadcast
Let's go to
radio.
John, Whiskey 4, Zulu Alpha Kilo. How are you this evening? What other kind of radio services have you participated in over the years? And also, how do you copy me?
Oh, and this is John in North Richmond. I read you loud and clear on this little bacon frying in the background. To answer your first question, which was the original question, I have participated in the MS bike event, the UCross 10K, the Special Olympics, and the marathon. In addition to ham, I've used CB radio. I've listened to it.
Now that answers the question.
As I used to drive along 95 back and forth to Vienna, Virginia, where my office was. And also, I was involved in broadcast radio.
Dang it.
I was a broadcaster for WETS and FJC AM and WETS and WRFK FM. And WRFK was here in Richmond. I believe now that the Virginia Public Media. Good evening to everyone on the net. Good evening, Jim. I'll say
The VPM, huh?
This is W4ZAK Clear.
Or is it Video Public Network?
Okay, thanks, John, for checking in. And I'll see you on the radio, as Charles Hopkins said. I hope you're available for the marathon. That's November the 16th. Next, we go to KQ4LSB, Mike, with a recheck. How are you this evening?
Hello, Net Control, Jim, and everybody else on the net. Thanks for your patience. I fell victim to a growing shack here. I have 5 microphones hanging up, and the first time you called on me, I was trying to talk on the wrong microphone. By the time I figured it out, you had moved on. I don't blame you. But to answer the question, well, I read you loud and clear. Just a wee bit of static in the background. I cut my teeth on CB radio back in the early 70s. I would say by 79 or 80, I pretty much had left the airwaves altogether. But during my CB radio time, I enjoyed some upper and lower sideband action on the CB bands. Enjoyed it a lot. And just on kind of a, well, I wouldn't call it a whim. I've been wanting to get into ham radio for a long time. It interested me, but I didn't want to tackle Morse code. And so when I learned about a year ago that they had done away with the Morse code requirement, then I decided to get back into it. So here we are. Not the only other radio service I use. I do have a boat. So I have a marine band radio in there that I make use of occasionally. But that's about it. So thanks for letting me talk a wee bit. And good night to everybody. Stay 73 and back to net control.
All right, Mike, thanks for checking in. I remember years ago, I was an audiovisual technician by trade in New York City, worked in trade shows and hotels and the convention center and things. And there was a couple that came in. They were from out west somewhere, like Nevada or Arizona. They were using marine handheld radios. The couple, they were photographers. So they were taking, photos of the convention, whatever it was. And they were using marine band channels for their back and forth in the hotel. And I saw them, and I said, you better switch to the low power channels because New York City is one of the busiest ports in the world, and you're going to be interfering with port traffic. So that was kind of interesting. Anyway, listen, folks, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm not hearing anyone very well at all. So I'm having a problem here, and I'm reticent to keep using my rig in case there's something wrong with SWR or something like that, because there's a bunch of announcements about other nets and stuff like that usually I do, but I'm going to just wrap it up, and then I'll have to troubleshoot this at a later date. So thanks to everyone for checking in. Thanks to KG4 MRA Association for letting us use their repeater. And this is Whiskey 4 Papa Kilo Romeo net control for the Richmond Metro ARES net, saying good night. And we had 15 check-ins, so we had 14, because Mike checked in twice, so that's pretty good turnout. Thanks to everyone for checking in. This is W4PKR, and I will be clear.
What? No. All right, William K4 ARX, American Radio X-Ray. Get a run. Bye.